Actually, one of our tweeters, Nero Perla at Capri 0906, wants to know how are you actually able to multitask with everything on your plate? Like, do you like to direct better or do you like to be directed better?
The best way to put that is years ago, I remember when I was just starting out of school, people that you go and meet professionally, like agents and stuff, would say, well, what kind of a career do you want to have? And at that time, I thought I just wanted to be an actor. I didn't even consider directing. And I said, well, I want to play all different kinds of parts. That would be the dream to me, not to just do one kind of thing. And when I discovered directing years later, that's what it allows me to do. In terms of making the time and multitasking, I find it just, it finds its own rhythm, like flow, that when one thing kind of slows down, then there's something else that I'm engaged in that can heat up. And then when that trickles out, there's something else going on that takes its place. So the great terror for me in this career is suddenly being in a place of idle creatively. That's when I get unhappy, is when I can't be creative. And I must honestly say that when I was only acting, that was one of the great frustrations about being an actor, is that you're really dependent on someone giving you a job unless you can produce it yourself. And that's actually why I became a director, because I thought, I'm not going to sit around and wait for someone to hand me an opportunity. I'm going to go find a script and produce it myself.
And you're going to get the incredibly interesting opportunity to act and direct.
Oh, that's going to be so
on Scandal.
wonderful.
So that's what's going to be great. Is
thank you for that, by the way.
Watch him. Thank you. You kidding?
It'll be episode 220.
I think 220. I think that's 220. These things are always subject to change.
Right.
But currently, you're supposed to direct episode 220, and we're really excited about it. I also feel like there's something about when you're acting, you have to engage and involve yourself so fully in one point of view. And what's so great about directing is you get to see everybody's point of view, which I think is so you're using different parts of your brain because you have to be able to identify and help and direct and guide and steer. You get to have that overview when you're directing in a different way that does sort of utilize different
and
set
I
of
find
skills.
it really great. The first time I directed myself, I really, for years, thought I could never do it. I was scared to do it because I know that I've only done my best work as an actor when I've had a director to help me. And so I was directing this television show, The L Word, and I'd done several of them, and Eileen Chaikin said, I'm thinking of writing a part for you. Would you do it and direct yourself? And I thought, well, that's a pretty safe way to try, and I did. And what I found was that as a director, you have an overview. You think about all the streams of a story, where everything needs to go, and how it all flows together, and what the sort of synchronicity of everything is. And when you're acting, you really are only thinking about your line of story. I found as a director, when I was acting in it, I suddenly knew what needed to happen. So I was able to direct myself rather easily, and it felt like a very intimate experience. And
really
with the other actors, which I also thought would be weird, being in a scene with somebody and then directing them, because it feels like a violation. Because as an actor, I would never dream to direct another actor that I was in a scene. It's just ethically, you just don't do that. But when I was the director, it became this very intimate thing where we could kind of just whisper, like, well, let's try it this way. Let's do it again and try that. Okay, great. So I'm just really excited about doing it on Scandal. And the best part is that I will be able to work in Olivia Pope and Associates, where I'm banned.
That's right. Fitz actually
Fitzgerald Grant
has never actually been there, which is